Hello, hello, hello. I'm the PaintedDog and welcome back to another episode of our City Skylines Vanilla Let's Play series. I hope you are having a lovely day. My day is actually quite good, thanks. So, the last episode, if you can remember, let's get out of this view. We built up this area with this neighborhood and this neighborhood. And then there's a tourist or a leisure specialization on this side and a tourism specialization on this side. So between episodes I went ahead and I did some beautification of this area with trees and boulders and rock formations and everything, and I did a bit of zoning as well, just to get a bit more in. So our population will steadily climb, hopefully. And I zoned a bit of office space, and I designated it as an office IT cluster as well. And I did a bit of zoning here for office spaces, so hopefully that will be fine. So, what are we going to do in this episode? First things first, we need a couple more unique buildings. I'm thinking... I think I saw it in here. Yeah, there it is. Let's place in a sea fortress, because this will increase the ship and airport traffic's tourist capacity by 5%. It's not a lot, but it's something. It will help us at the end of the day. So let's place it in there. I don't know if we need... I guess we need... Yeah, it's a normal pedestrian road, I would think. And let's get one of these with a light going from it. Hopefully it's a pedestrian road. That would make sense. Oh no, it's not that. But then we will go a normal dirt road. I don't want a huge amount of traffic going through here. And I would definitely don't want it to go straight up from there. And curve up, curve up. Okay, so now there's at least a bit of... a road going up there. Just gonna connect that up as fast and dirty as possible. Okay, Sea Fortress is connected now. Change the water flow a bit, but that's okay. Now, okay, we are losing a bit of citizens. That's fine because we don't have any demand for residential buildings. An observatory would also be great, but I think for that it would be great to place it over here somewhere. Because it's away from all the city lights. And yeah, that would be a nice addition. If you want to come and have a look at the observatory, you can take the scenic drive all the way up here. I think this will be quite lovely. And let's get an observatory in there. I'm really tempted to have a small bus line. Not really that small, but hey, just to do this route. And then maybe cut in here. And then return. Just a way for people to be able to visit this area. I think that would be great. And electricity. For now, I'm just going to extend pylons. Use power lines. And that will get connected soon-ish. There you go. So we have an observatory in here, which is quite... I think it will look quite lovely. And we need a bit more. We always need more tourist attractions. These ones might be a bit too big for this area now. Clock tower. Wouldn't that be great if that would fit in there, hey? You know what, let's pause this, let's demolish this, and let's see. Do I try and do something a bit sneaky? No, I'm not gonna do that, because then we have an additional road going through here, and that would be a headache on its own. Place that in there. And hopefully, okay, that's still connected, which is great. Problem is now that's not connected anymore, but we can work around that. As we always do with earthquake sensors. Hopefully that's enough to connect that up. Keep that connected. I believe it will be. We are just waiting to get more citizens, so we can unlock the last tile and do a bit of work for that. But I'm not gonna sit around and wait for that to happen. Let's have a look at what else we can place in here. I don't really want some of those ones, but we might want the luxury hotel in here somewhere. It's a huge building, but hey. Anything for our sims, eh? Let's face the luxury building will probably not be built in there. It will probably be on its own little road. Extending through here. And preferably not a dirt road. Hey! What are you doing now? Come back. Okay, so that's extended now. That might be a bit too far. Let's go up to about there. And then square this off. This is way too close to a highway, but that's okay. And then we hide our sins with trees as always. I don't really want to do a lot of terraforming there, so then we just hide it. Why not? And we need a lot of buildings in here to hide the highway to some extent. I take the luxury hotel out of this area because it's too busy and place it here right next to a busy highway. That's a way to do it. Are we going to do the earthquake sensor thingy here as well? I think so. Don't want to struggle too much with that. Okay, so now we have that. We have a sea fortress. Quite a lot of vehicles parked here. But would you just look at that view? Oh, that's just lovely. Sea fortress with a river in the background. I think that is a view right there. Or from... I think, no, that's not... That doesn't look too great. Okay, so now we have that in. Let's leave this bit for now. The luxury hotel, I'm not going to put a bus line in here. That would be fine like that. So now, what I do want to do is do something a bit strange. So let's pause this. And let's get a simple thing in here. Gonna do that same trick to line that up like that. Then we go to train. Want a normal stock standard train station. Something like that. Then we extend these tracks with a bit of road. Then we delete that. Move us just out of the way. Extend that bit right there. And now this will line up. Something like that. If you haven't seen this trick yet, it's time that you learn about it. So are there any guidelines on? Yes, there is. Okay, that's still a bit too close. Oh, that's too close, and that almost seems a bit too far. Do something like that. Let's extend that out. Not necessary to have all of these extra connections now, but I do like having them in. Sorry about that. Let me just put this phone on silent. Okay. Now we can extend this quite a bit. And get this to connect in a sensible manner. And there you go. Now trains can bypass this station. Because for this station, I want to do something a bit strange. Let's go in here. Districts. Park. Let's just zone this entire area as a park. Now we have that. Let's get in here. Amusement park time. Woohoo! So we'll have a train station. That's the way people will get here. We can always add in. Let's do that now since we are thinking about it. Let's add in an elevated metro station. And let's see, where will people come to? Or come from? There's this end, the line just ending right here. Let's try and sneak our way underground. And let's take that down by about 3. And then maybe do a sneaky turn through there. To about there. And then we move our way up to about there. There. And then do something like that. That's a bit of a sharp or steep line right there, but we can do it from here. This will also work. Do down. Do down. And then we go underground. And as soon as we can connect that, then we connect it. Not gonna worry and struggle too much with this. Not what I wanted to do, but you get the gist. So let's get this connected like that and like that. Let's just get a normal yeah, let's do that. Drag that line all the way here. And then just add 2 stops here. Add a stop. I want to create and add a stop. There you go. Now we have a metro line going there as well. It might be a bit strange, but hey, just work with me here, hey? Will we be able to sneak a road in here? Yes, we will. And let's go like that. And there you go, you have your little road going around there. And now let's upgrade this. I don't think a lot of vehicles will be here because we are going to have a bit of public transport. Just a little bit. Okay, so you can get in there, you can get in there, that's great. And now, let's get going with this. And I'm going to use bicycle lanes for this. Going to be too fussy about what it looks like, or that it would be better to have curvy roads. We want an amusement park. That's the most important thing for us. Let's take that out. And you know what? Let me get this road layout sorted. And I'll bring you back as soon as that's done. And here is the preliminary layout of this area. Now, as you can see, I already placed in a couple of roads or pedestrian roads for the amusement park, but that's for planning purposes. This I built up a bit larger because we would want to have services in here because it's isolated. So first things first, we need a medical center. Let's get that in. And let's place it in there. Then we'll definitely need a firehouse. Get that in. And we would need a cop shop. A police station. I've blanked on the word there. Sorry about that. Now, since we have bicycle lanes going basically everywhere, I'm not going to bother with having a dedicated bicycle lane as well there. Would be great if this thing would behave. Yeah, then I'll take it like that. Get that connected up with all of the pedestrian connections that we want. Definitely want one going through there. And the rest is quite connected. Okay, now that's fine. So now we have that. We'll need a school because I'm going to place in the basic, stock standard basic buildings that we need. So we have all three of those. We'll definitely need our own waste disposal unit. Can't really place that on the other side of a highway because that's airport. Let's get this road extended as far as we can. And there we go. I'm just going to leave it as a recycling. This area will probably give us a lot of problems, but we'll see how that goes. Let me just extend the water. Ah, you thought I forgot about the water, eh? Already took care of electricity as well. As you can see there. Hopefully that's enough to connect it up. I think it will be, but we'll see. Water is fine. So, let's see, what else do we need? I don't think we need anything else at this stage. I'm going to place in a couple of commercial buildings and a couple of residential buildings just to make sure that something will zone in here. Or people will get here. So there you go. That's fine. And now for this area, let's try something like this. Get a couple of parking lots in there. And you can't let this stay like this. Reline it. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Might be a bit strange, but it looks better. We have a school. We have a park. And I believe this will be fine. I know you have multiple problems. That's okay. So let's go into this. And first things first, I want a park plaza in here. As you can see, that's specifically built there for that. So you have that one going in there, and then for this side I was thinking maybe a carousel. Try and center that in there. Now, as you can see, we need a bit more electricity. So for now, we are just going to extend this over here. Get that connected like that. Just for now, until we build up things on this side. So we have a carousel. Can we do something with this? That's the question, eh? You in. Get you in. Now let's try and line you up. How far is that? 100 units? 100 units, great. That's sort of lined up perfectly. We'll definitely need a souvenir shop, but maybe these kinds of things can be over here, because there's not a lot of things on this side of the plaza, and we need some stuff on that side to draw focus. The amusement park cafe, that makes a bit more sense. Special restrooms, yeah. I'm not gonna place you next to the restrooms. It would be a little strange. Place you there. Okay, so we need to wait for all of this to unlock. So in the meantime, let's get this running. And then we can place in a couple of these. Always nice to have a lot of direction boards in an amusement park. Or any park for that matter. Amusement or whatever. It's always great to have them. A zoo or whatever the case may be. Okay, I understand you're not connected. Let's get you connected then. And before it's asked, let's extend this up to here. Okay, so everything's now connected with electricity and water. There's some people living here. Don't have any of that. So hopefully this will chug along nicely. Do we still have some residential buildings not built up? No, we don't. So let's quickly go ahead and zone these areas. Let's throw a couple of lower densities in here as well. Just to mix things up just a little bit. And now I didn't want that and I didn't want that. Why did I pause for that? That's the main question. See, we have a bit of demand now again for residential and commercial, so these will build quite fast. I'm just going to do a broad sweep zone there. And here as well. I think that will be great. Sorry about that. I quickly had to take the doggo out. But yeah, so we did a bit of zoning there. This side is still... And there we go, 60,000. Great. So before we forget, let's go and buy this plot of land. Now we can't buy anything because there's no mods installed. So we, at long last, got this area now. I think that would be a good place to call it. We dipped below 60,000 again, but well, we'll be back now quite fast. So let's have a quick peek at our park. I'm gonna make this a main park. Yeah, let's celebrate, and with night tours as well. Advertisement campaign, there you go. And then, I know it's not really something for you. yeah, let's go all out. Get people living here and working here and going here. But I think that will be quite lovely. So as a quick recap, we went ahead and we built up this sea fortress here. We will get a lot of visitors because this will boost our airplane and ship tourist capacity, if I'm not mistaken, by 5%, which isn't great, but it's something. We did a bit of beautification here with trees and rock formations and so on between episodes, and we built up a bit more buildings and zoned a bit more. We also added in a couple of other unique buildings, and such as this clock tower here, and I think it adds to the area, which is great. And we also added in a luxury hotel right next to the highway. Furthermore, we added in this little area here with an amusement park. So hopefully they will be already got a couple of visitors, which is great. But let's have a look at our sea fortress as we bid this episode adieu. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you are looking forward to the next one, as I am. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.